one of your biggest collaborations is the Got Beef with the East Siders and Snoop.
Yeah.
And then being on the Up and Smoke tour, of course.
Yes, sir.
Which I went with you on a couple of those dates.
Yes, sir.
That was legendary times that we had on the road.
Hey, that got Beef video was fun, man. And being on the Up and Smoke tour was crazy. It was crazy with Trey D and them, man, and Goldie Loke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just having that experience, man. I remember us, Red Bull was one of the sponsors on that tour, man. And we had, always, we was drunk so many Red Bulls, man. I thought that's all we was pissing out, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we had a whole lot of fun, and it was just a crazy experience, you know what I mean? Even with making the Got Beef record, at that time, it seemed like we were all like in relationships with, like they all were related to each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a cool time back then. And even with Trey D, I used to, like every 4th of July, we used to shoot fireworks and go, barbecue and fuck around, go to Rosarita, pop fireworks and shit and be on the beach, shit like that. You know what I mean? So, I just look forward to getting back to, a lot of that unity on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, with all of us doing our thing, man, and living our lives and making good music and, being entrepreneurs out here and getting it in.
Right.
So, it's funny, man. It's going down.
And on Got Beef, I think that unlike Locus on His Own, that one is much more braggadocio and the Crow references and all these different things you have. And then I think also Trey D's another guy that I don't think gets enough credit for being a superior writer. So for you, what is it about like the people like yourself and the Trey D's of the world that are excellent lyricists but don't really get looked at as lyricists? Why do you think that's the case?
I mean, with me, I think I do get looked at. I know nobody want to fuck around, you know what I'm saying? So I know I must be doing something right, you know what I'm saying? But I look at it like, I think people know, you know what I'm saying? People, I think they know, like Jayo Felony is, he raps his ass off, you know what I'm saying? I think people know that, but now I think it's gonna be a whole different look for me, speaking for myself as an artist. I think that I don't sound like I did 10 years ago or 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I think I've got to a point now to where I'm competing with who the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? No matter what age you are or what the fuck ever, I think I'm at my best right now. Lyrically, I think I'm a whole different beast right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about to show y'all that. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of music about to come out that I'm working on, but I'm on my shit to a whole nother level. You know
and with the James Savage Broken Ground project, the album and the movie/series is out now, and I had the benefit of being there while you were recording a lot of the album, and that was a magical time to be there with you with that. And a lot of the songs on the album, work so well in the movie, but the one I wanted you to talk about right now was the Where I Grew Up, which kicks off the album.
Oh yeah, man.
So Focus did that beat, and that one, the flow and the pattern and how you're like attacking that is you have so many flows and styles, but that, like where did that one come from and how did that end up?
Man, that beat, I remember the night we was at X Studio, me, X and Focus, and he played that beat when he was in the front of the studio, and he put the headphones on me. And I just heard that, damn it. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I went home to live with that track and wrote my rap at the house, man. And that just where I grew up. It just caught my ear, you know what I'm saying? So that song, and then in that song, like I know it's like a lot of fucking racial tension, you know what I mean, going on. So I wanted to put in there like letting people know, like me as a kid, you know what I'm saying, I had all kind of fucking friends, you know what I'm saying? From, all different kind of backgrounds. So that's what I was kind of saying when I was rapping the second verse. I was like, my white friends got their ride on with me. My Indian and Asian and Samoans rode with me. You get me? You know what I'm saying? And we all in your house without a hall pass. You know what I mean? So it was like I was just putting that out there, like, You know what I'm saying? You know, because there's so much fucking bullshit in out there in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? So I was just letting them know. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit don't matter. It's about a person's character. You know what I'm saying? And that hate shit, you know, it'll get you in your ass. The karma will get you one way or another.
Right.
You know?
And then another one of my favorite songs on Broken Ground is the Call Me By My Government, and that works well into the James Savage. So how and why did you decide, or did you guys decide to go with James Savage and rebranding Jayo Felony?
Yeah. It started with an interview I did for shout out to Street Motivation magazine. We was doing a cover for that magazine, and the owner of the magazine, Miss Tasty, what up? She was asking me, like, would I ever do a album under my real name? And that's kind of where the idea kind of came from, and we ran with it. You know what I'm saying? And X and Dre and it was like, man, you got a dope ass real name. And my boy E40 a while ago. You know what I'm saying? Like James Savage is dope. You know what I mean? So, you know, I kind of ran with the idea and it just be creative and do something different. You know, and it's crazy that, you know, and, you know, I was just born, that was my real name from birth. I didn't make it up, you know what I'm saying? And my pops, you know, got the same name as James Savage. And I also have a brother, Dr. James Savage in Washington, D.C. You know what I mean? So, you know, the name lives on, man. So it was just something dope and creative that we did, you know, to come with this new music and show them that we're on a whole nother level. And, you know, not to take away from nobody else's music. I didn't want to sound the same as everybody else or try to come back trying to sound like all the new shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wanted to stay in my lane, but, you know, make some dope shit. You know what I'm saying? Can't be no bullshit sounding like old shit, but, you know, it had to be creative and with a different energy. You know, and I think we accomplished that with this record, man. I'm real happy about it, and I'm seeing that people are picking their favorite record off of it, you know what I mean? So I know I did my job, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and speaking of energy, I think one of the songs with a crazy energy on it is the Pull Up song.
Yeah, and shout out to Rick Rock.
I was going to say, that one's a Rick Rock, Rick Rocker.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So with that one, Rick Rock's beats in general are very distinctive.
Yeah.
So, you know, Focus did a lot of the project, but Rick Rock did this one in particular. So what's the different vibe that you get hearing a Rick Rock beat than a Focus beat?
What this actual record Pull Up, X was doing the TV show Empire, and we went out to Chicago, and he was like, man, I got something, you know what I mean? And he was really excited about it. So it was this one guy in the studio trying to rap to the song or whatever, but when I got to the studio, he got out the way, and I fucking killed it. You know what I'm saying? Xzibit was like, move, nigga, like, let Jayo get in there and do this shit. And you know, we came with some creative shit, and that hook was already on there, so it was dope. You know what I mean? And just the energy of it was like, you know, it's like kind of like a performance record, but I love working with both of those guys. You know what I'm saying? And they got both of them got a different, you know, a different sound. You know what I'm saying? And it's like them is like two of the top-notch guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's good working with both of those guys. You know what I mean? And I look forward to working with them in the future. And when it comes to Focus, he's more like in-house with us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that is
Aftermath staff.
Yeah, that's gonna be there. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to, you know, like this whole project basically started out with Focus. You know what I mean? So we were basically making like an EP first, and it turned into an album. So the first song I recorded was with him, and I think it was Where I Grew Up too. You know what I mean? So.
And another song that shows, I think, your range and diversity is the Test Me song, which is one of my favorites too. And that one has singing on it. And I think a lot of people also forget that from the beginning of your career, you have had a lot of singing on it, on your songs.
Yeah.
So a song like that, where you do have singing, this one has a female on it, of course. Well, how do you think that takes you to a different place when you have singing in the chorus instead of rapping?
It's a different feel, and it gives it a different energy to where it's not just, too much rap. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can over rap the record. You know what I mean? So it's like gives it a different energy when you hear that singing, especially when they doing a real good job of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so with that record, the singing was already done before I even put anything on it.
Okay.
So I wanted to give it like a tug of war type of thing. Like you got the balance of the females doing the pretty ass singing and me talking shit. You know what I'm saying?
It worked well.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's what, you get, because that's what the record's basically saying. Talk that shit. I wish a nigga would test me. You know what I mean? So it's a crazy feel. And when we were doing the actual video to it, X had just got back, from seeing his father,
Right.
Rest in peace. You know what I mean? He just came back from, taking care of that. And then, we was out drinking Hennessy that night. And to see those girls doing those choreographed dance like that, it kind of overwhelmed me. Like, wow, this shit is really getting big now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, in my career, I never really had a production of that level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So to see that being done for my project was crazy. Like, people gonna love this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful for the reviews we're getting right now. Now we're about to go do a promo run, a radio run for the record Test Me. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad on the streets right now, the response is crazy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know it's gonna do good when we hit radio.
And I think too, to your point with Xzibit, I've known him, you've known him a long time, and we both work with him extensively.
Yeah.
What is it about Xzibit that I think people, or what about Xzibit do you think people don't realize, like on the business side or strategic side? Because I see it a lot, and I know you do too.
X, when it comes to it, X he's very, he's like a mastermind. You know what I'm saying? He's thinking of different ways that, and it being very creative as far as trying to think of different ways to approach the game to make it successful, especially coming from, our era of music, you know what I'm saying? To do something to where the response we're getting right now is like, motherfucker, you back for real. You know what I'm saying? This is some big shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm thankful that, we were able to do it, and he just believed in, me as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And he got he got a heart of gold, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I appreciate him, giving me this opportunity to basically change my life in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And be able to come back to the game on a whole nother level. Like, we got a big ass tour set up. I'm about to fucking go to Moscow in 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that I've never done in my life, you know what I mean? Like, we did a fucking show in Bogota, Colombia, and basically had the government, pay for us to come and do a show and fucking escort us with AKs and stand outside of our hotel rooms and shit like that, like some performing in front of 60,000 people and shit, you know what I mean? So it's a whole nother energy, man. And I just look at it like we're on to something, you know what I'm saying? We're really on to something, and it's gonna be an honor to get out there on the road and rock these shows. And he got like a fucking cult following overseas, so it's gonna be dope, getting out there and touching the people on this tour, and just basically, man, back at it, having fun again, and living my best life, man, like my nigga motherfucking Duvall, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's going down.
As you
Soren
should.
Baker and his bitch.
Yes. Well, there it is, y'all. So make sure, if you haven't already, watch Broken Ground. Listen to Broken Ground.
Yeah.
Stream it, download it, buy it, all those type of things.
Hey,
make sure to
shit
support.
Right here. This one's signed for somebody, man. But hey, man, Broken Ground, James Savage. My music is out on all platforms. Go check it out. This music, man, this movie directed by Xzibit, Rashidi, J.R. Diamond, man, Jesse, what up? You know what I'm saying? We put a dope project together, man. I hope y'all love it. Hey, and one of my favorite songs, Nah Bitch, Nah Bitch, Nah Bitch. Hey, you gotta check that out. That's my shit. Straight up, we got one. Broken Ground.
Yes, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Jayo Felony, thank you for coming through, man.
Thank you, bro. You already know. Thanks for having me, man.
Soren
get
Baker, Unique Access, Jayo Felony, man.
Unique Access, what it is. Let's get it. Yeah, West Coast.
In the beginning, hip-hop was ruled by the East Coast. Then the West Coast rose to prominence thanks to gangster rap.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube.
Hip-hop changed the world. Gangster rap changed the narrative.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
And then changed the world again.
Cause I'll come and take your life away.
The history of gangster rap features unheard stories, unseen photos and documents, all with exclusive interviews from the founders and players who shaped gangster rap.
I think a real gangster rapper has to scare you a little bit.
The history of gangster rap written by veteran rap journalist Soren Baker. In stores now.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Quick. Be sure to pick up my homeboy Soren Baker's book, The History of Gangster Rap, if you really want to know what we do.